All right, what is up, guys? It's Nisi here. I'm doing another coaching session back with Banksy. The first thing we did, the last time we did this coaching session was we went over the basics, and I even titled the video, like, you know, going back to the basics or whatever, and you guys seem to enjoy it. This is a follow-up session with Banksy, and we're going to be going still unranked, so this follow-up isn't like, you know, fast forward mega into the future, but it's something that I think you guys can still learn from, and it's kind of interesting for me. I kind of like going back through and trying to reassess stuff at like the low level, because it kind of makes you appreciate all the stuff that you're going to pick up as you go. So in this game here, Banksy is talking about how it's a loss, unlike the first one I think he showed me, and we're going to be going over, obviously, the improvements, what we could be doing better, the lane matchup, the more specific stuff, the nuanced stuff that you guys don't get in a lot of the other videos. So, yeah, let's see here. The first thing that you can consider throwing into your game if you want is you can consider starting a camp in the top lane. I don't know. Oh, yeah, this actually makes starting a camp even better with that guy sitting up here with you. It's like a duo top type of thing here. This is like what happens in like lower ranked games is that wait, why is he top with you here? Was there an explanation for this?
Oh, I can't see the Skype screen.
Oh, dude, hold on. Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, you should have yelled at me. You should have been like, "Yow!" Thankfully, I'm so refined at this. It's only a couple clicks. There you go. What is this? Why is he with you here?
I couldn't even describe that. That was weird.
Okay,
went around.
let's talk about this right away. Does he leave?
I think so. Eventually leaves.
Okay. At least he's not in the lane with you. Very strange. There's a downside to this that I just want to touch on. Never do what this guy just did. The reason why is because he's going to go into lane and he's going to lose this XP, and that's vital in any lane. We talked about like the level 2 all-in stuff the last time, and he's going to miss all this shit, and then this guy's just going to push him around for the next 10-15 minutes because of it. So never do that. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. That's some moron shit. So here, we were talking about trying to manage the trades. It looks like you actually did it right away, where you autoed him and E'd. Whoa, hold on. Direct camera's on. Here we go. It's off now. And Tryndamere, this is kind of like the staple matchup to learn whether or not you've got the concepts down with Jax, just because, like, if you fuck this up, I would be very careful with that trade right there. Yeah. You see what you just did?
Went right in the minions.
Yeah, well, no, it's not even that. What concerns me more is that you can tell, remember that when you're top lane, the seventh minion is level 2 power spike, okay?
Yeah. So
you should be seeing this minion, and you should be aware. You're not going to run into this in your early level games. People aren't going to abuse you here. But if let me just lay it out like this. So you come in and you E forward. If you did this to me and I was on the Tryndamere, you would probably have to burn flash, maybe even die. The reason why is because when this minion turns 2, all he has to do is literally walk in front of you. You were talking about stutter stepping before we went live, right? He autos you, steps forward, autos you, steps forward, autos you. You flash, he spins, and if you get too far away, he can flash if you're low enough and kill you. You see that?
Yeah.
Because he's going to turn level 2. Off of base stats alone, you will not. You can't fight him yet.
Okay.
But you notice he doesn't really... Okay, there it is. This is what I'm afraid of. You should be positioned back more here. I'll show you. So right here, you should actually be scared. You should be playing back. If you want lane control, you should push first. If we could back it up to the beginning of the lane phase here, when you just kind of let him push into you like this, I think that's your first problem. I think that you should be pushing the lane with him and matching his push as best as you can. Because you don't want to be in a position as Jax at lower elo where you're getting bossed around by somebody like an auto attack champ like this. You want to have the initiative. So if you come into lane and you push for the level 2, you get to push him to his turret and do what Jax does best. But letting him push at you like this is going to give him, and you'll see, he gets to level 2. Right, he gets it. And then he just kind of wins a trade on you. Notice, here, he just kind of autos you down, gets you real weak on this trade. And if he really wanted to spin in on you, he could have and do some damage, you see?
Yeah.
And he's going to hit you probably one more time if he's good, and he's not, you know. He's going to waste his exhaust, it looks like. Fortunately for you, he doesn't follow that up with a flash as well, because he might have been able to kill you. I'm not entirely sure if you were able to escape that, if he follows it up too. So, this all goes back to, if you're not going to push the lane at him, he's going to spike level 2, so you need to play back in advance.
Okay,
where
so
you're standing, I'll cover this and you can ask away.
Okay.
Where you're standing here is bad. Lane's going to push you regardless of what you do. Just give this position away. Like, you stand here where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
And just let the wave push. You'll have to give up a CS or 2. That's standard. That's fine. You're not going to miss a shit ton. Don't panic. You can literally... Okay, I want you to see this minion here. Or this one, okay? The red one here. The low one.
Yeah.
So, if you're standing, like, here where my mouse is right now, you're going to get that XP if it dies. So, if you're worried about, like, missing XP, it's not going to happen. You can stand, like, out here. The bubble is massive. I mean, the guy really has to be positioned in front of, like, here to zone you off of the XP. And normally people don't do that because they'll just misfarm themselves, and there's no point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Ask what you're asking.
So you're saying, like, once he gets level 2 and I'm still level 1, you want me to push back?
Just chill. Like, sit back.
Yeah.
If you came into the lane, like, we're talking when the minions met initially. If you came into the lane and you wanted to control the pace right away, you needed to get into the lane and just started auto-attacking minions right away. And just start pushing it. I'm speaking from personal experience here. As Tryndamere, I think the most dangerous thing that you can do is push the lane. I don't like playing on the defensive. There's some guys that will argue that playing defensive is better versus Tryndamere because you can get a gank coming for you.
Yeah.
But I've played Tryndamere matchup and Tryndamere versus Jax a lot, and in my experience, the best Jax players push into me, and they just every time you go for anything, they just auto you. You know, if you try to engage on them, they stun you, smack you, jump away if they need to. You get the picture. They have more control. You can theoretically just sit down here and let him push to you, and like you would have to have dodged like the level 2. You would have to stay back further, which we went over. But you sit here at the turret, and then if the jungler comes up, you just you put your stun on and jump to him and stun him, and then maybe you get the kill that way. It's personal preference. I think that the better players push to me there. So you should probably just take, and we're taking again into the account that you're a newer player, so I want you pushing the limits. So when you get into lanes, I want you, from now on, unless you have a compelling reason to not, I want you going into lanes and attacking these lanes and getting that level 2 right away.
Yeah.
Don't let him get it first, because you notice the difference, and we'll speed it up so you can see without too much jib-jab. But you see that he spins onto you and is immediately attacking the minions. He's clearing them faster than you this whole time.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to allow him to get level 2. If you can't beat him to the push, you can't beat him to the push. In my experience, though, he should be able to keep pace, I think, early on. I could be wrong here. As long as you manage autoing him and then autoing the minions and using your stun, I think you can beat him to level 2. But if it's, impossible or whatever, just sit back and do your best to farm.
Yeah.
So, now that we're at the turret, let's talk about, like, what you should be focused on. So here, your goal in life, you shouldn't be trying to battle him right now.
Yeah.
You should be focused more on farming well. The kills and the trades come more natural, and in general, all these minions, you're never really going to want to go in on him with any, like right here, you just kind of jump to him with your stun down. Every action that you take, it needs to be a decisive action. So if you're not planning to just like all in and kill him, you should be focused on farming. And generally speaking, dude, if he wants to turn on that Ahri right now, he can, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, he can actually fight her there. There's really no reason that he should be too scared because your stun was still down or whatever, and your flash was down. But in general, when there's that many minions, just focus on getting the minions first. If you want to go in for a quick trade, try to do it when the minions are thinned out. Very simple.
Yeah.
That way you don't put yourself in a position where you miss farm. Another thing I want to point out, use your Q there to kill that minion if you're not going to hit it. because that siege minion gives more gold.
Mm-hmm.
So try your best to not miss siege. It happens, whatever. Let's see now. So Ari's like in your lane. You should ping her away, yeah, because she's just gonna take farm from you. And I'm looking at these trades right now. This is good because you're in minions. It's very sloppy though from both sides. I just want you to know that. Like, the thing is, I want you again farm first. So like here he spins on you. That's great. These are the types of trades I'd rather you take, like logical ones. That is good, but this, where you just kind of like jump in, it doesn't seem like you have a plan here. It seems like you're just jumping in for the sake of jumping in.
Yeah, that'd be accurate, yeah.
So focus on like, I'm going to hit this minion here. And then, you know, while you have like a grace period where nothing's happening, then go for your quick trade and see what happens. In general, I would much rather you try to not lead with your jump. Instead, just kind of walk up to him and auto him and see how the trade goes. Then pop your E and then continue if you think you can win, or jump away. That basically allows you to trade using your W, right? It allows you to trade using your W, and then anytime that it seems like an edge case, like you might drop it, like you might die, then you could just jump away and you don't risk anything. Because Jax kind of works in like the Renekton Riven category for me, where he pretty much only has to take a trade that he wants, and Tryndamere just kind of has to sit there and just be like, I'm going to try to go in at a smart time and then kill you. This is all making sense, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. You can just ask anything, so don't be shy, dude.
Just taking it all in, man.
Yeah. No, it's great. Okay, so you kill him. Let's back up to when you kill him here and see if there's any little details that we miss out on. So he tries to go in on you, and you kill him. This is fine for you to try to push the lane. I would probably just go ahead and back here, I guess. It's really close for me, because there's so many minions here. I know this seems risky, but I would be tempted to just kind of sit in the wave. This is advanced, okay? I just want you, before I go into this, I want you to understand that this is advanced stuff that I'm going to talk about. Basically, the way that I view this is there's at least, 10, 12 minions here. Your goal, you have teleport, right? And you know in the spot that you're kind of stuck. Because if you get too close to him, you're really low. But you don't want to back and miss all this farm, right?
Yeah.
So I personally think the best way to play this trade is you can push the wave. If he attacks you, all you have to do is turn your E on, auto him, and then jump back. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to force a trade with those minions, and then you should be able to get out. Even if he exhausts you, you should be able to get out and walk away, and teleport forward again. That's what I'm thinking. But this is, like I said, it's a very advanced thing that I'm telling you to do. In general, it's a little risky, but you know that he doesn't have like a flash. He only has the exhaust. So if you jump away from him and stun him, he can't feasibly kill you.
Yeah.
And you have all those minions there to protect you. So what you elect to do here, as you trade with him in minions, again, I wouldn't even be hitting him. If he's gonna not battle you, just focus on last hitting, and then the minute that he autos you, just put your E on and just whack him and back away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So what that's gonna do is that's gonna stun him. You're gonna get space from him. He's gonna try to maybe spin to you, and you can just walk out. And the minions are gonna auto him the whole time. You'll walk all the way back to turret, be able to teleport forward, and you'll have full health, and he'll be whittled down, so you can battle him again with full health and mana. You see what I'm saying? So you're basically taking a trade that's shitty, that's a little risky, but if you trade and then jump out, you're gonna have teleport to abuse him right when you come back and kill him, like right away, because you've already killed him. You'll have enough for an extra item or two, and you can maximize that. Because you see where you're standing. You definitely want to get that lane to the turret. You see how far away you're standing here?
Yeah.
Why? What are you afraid of?
The spin. That triple spear. Spin, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. Just watch this for a second. You back away, and you're afraid of the spin. You're right, he can spin to you, but this wave is going to be gone anyways. So just kind of sit in XP range for a second, then back away.
Yeah.
You have vision here, so you know it's Nunu, so he's just going to walk at you, and you can just run away, or ward hop away. You know how to do that, right? You, like, drop the ward?
Drop the ward and Q on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta practice that a little bit more. I don't think I've ever actually done that once in the game.
Do you have the ward smart casted?
No.
So, like, in your options... Okay, this is all, like, you know, camera shit. I can't actually change that. You want to set all of your abilities, if you can, to SmartCast. Basically, the goal is... I use everything SmartCast, okay? I'm just going to say that going forward. Some people do it preference. I think it's good for you, in general, to have your ward on a SmartCast key. So basically, if you just press... I'll zoom in for this once you get on the turret. So, like, let's say that your ward range is, like, here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you press, like, mine is 4. So if I press 4 here, oops, it's going to automatically switch me over to Tristana. So if I press 4 here like this, it's going to instantly drop the ward. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to ward jump, I would just press 4Q and then I would jump to that ward. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a similar concept with Lee Sin. Obviously, he can jump to wards with his W, or jump to teammates with his W. So for Lee Sin, same concept, I press 4W and then I just jump to it. There's no, like, I have to click on the ward, then click on the screen, and, you know, then press Q, and then click on that. It's all fluid. It's 2 inputs, basically. 4Q. Yeah. And because it's autocast, basically as soon as I press Q, that shit goes. So, yeah, look into that after this. Okay, so... So let's talk about... Uh-oh. No, you're fine.
Yep, it's all good now.
Okay. So look at the way that you're standing here, and this is something for you to work on, okay?
Uh-huh.
So as the minion's coming close, look how far back you are from the auto. So the turret range is like here, we'll say, the box. We can't really make like an overlay showing that, but notice where you're positioned. You're like in a wonky spot. You can use your W to make your last hitting easier. So here, I knew you were going to miss it too based off your positioning, and that's just something that you'll get better at. Yeah. All farm, remember, take the CS portion very, very seriously as we go forward, okay? So your position should be standing somewhere around here to catch this minion when it hits, and you should auto, and then see if you have enough damage. If you don't, then you hit W, right? Yeah. And then let the minion, so here... You W that minion if you want, or auto W if you can do that fast enough. Basically, you auto, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm not going to kill it. Then W. It's a quick reset. So basically, it's a auto attack reset, basically. That's what they're called. And Jax has that because if you auto, you can turn your W on in between auto attacks. So you would basically go auto, W, auto. You would be able to stack 3 attacks in the span of 2 autos. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So here, watch how you attack very carefully. I'm going to illustrate this to you. So you auto once, and because of that, you don't get the kill because it wasn't enough damage. However, if you just led with the W, that would have done enough damage to kill that minion. Okay? It's very important that as the minions are coming close to you, you are coming up with the best ways to get the farm. In most cases, you're going to be able to get, like... 5 out of the 6. But it comes with experience. Sometimes you'll get really lucky and you'll get it all. But let's talk about this. This is something that I want you to get away from. Trading for the sake of trading. I want this first.
Okay.
Farm first. Fuck this shit. Fuck going in on this guy. Look at the CS right now. 8 to 29. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And even though, and I want to illustrate this more to you, even though you kill him, he's technically ahead of you in gold, I believe. I'm gonna look at this and find out. Yeah, see? 1,500, 1,425. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though you've killed him, and even though you're bullying him around, he's beating you right now, technically, off of farm alone. So don't get the mentality of, I want to break you out of that mentality as soon as possible, basically. Yeah. Don't get the mentality of, I'm going to beat this guy up. Get the mentality of, I'm going to get this CS first, and then as soon as the CS is thinned out, I'm going to jump in.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Okay, I thought I was streaming because I saw people typing in my stream chat. I was like, I better be recording this. All right. So here you're going back to get the CS. This is all good. You'd be basically trying to get as many as you can here. There, notice the way you should view this. And I'm not, by the way, I am not trying to insult your intelligence with this. It's very important.
I got it. I hit the wrong minion.
Yes, I'm not trying to be that way.
I really got to work on the CS.
No, the reason why I'm stressing it so hard is because people don't understand. And I want to put it into perspective for you. I played Warcraft 3 back in the day. Are you familiar with that game at all?
Yeah, I played that game. Yeah.
Okay, so they made Dota for Warcraft 3. Originally, Dota was a Warcraft 3 mod. I don't know if you knew that. But I played Dota, and I was like, this game's fucking stupid. I was like, why would anybody play this shitty game? And I would just play kind of like this. This is when I started, okay? I would be like, I'm just going to fight this guy, and I wouldn't pay attention to the minions. Do you know that it took me I played all sorts of games, played StarCraft 2 and fucking Masters before it hit me when I picked up League of Legends. It hit me like my 10th game in on League that the minions were giving me gold and XP.
Yeah.
Well, technically just gold if I last hit them. But you can get XP just by standing near them. But the gold, it like hit me that this whole time I wasn't thinking about this, and I was just like playing the game like missing all the gold and just being like, this game's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I remember like my whole life like flashed before my eyes, and I was just thinking like these, $1 million Dota tournaments that I could have been a part of if I had been playing Dota since like the beginning of the Dota experience. If I had just understood this fucking concept that like minions give me gold.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the issue that I have. I'm in that mentality where I just want to beat down the other guy as fast as possible.
Yes, and that we will get you there. Trust me. When we get these mechanics ironed out, you will be steamrolling everybody. But the mechanics have to be there because it all comes down to guaranteed money as opposed to gimmicky money, as I like to call it. What happens when this guy isn't a shitter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you won't kill him. And the only distinction between you and the shitter is who gets more money in their lane. Yep. However they can get it. Either they get it by reliably farming well, or they get it by hitting reliable teleports, or if you're in like mid, reliable roams, or if you're in jungle, reliable invades. Like, it all comes down to, once we iron out the mechanics of the last hitting, we'll be hitting these power spikes with items that people can't beat you unless they have their items as well. That's the difference. So here, this jump in makes sense to me. It's not a very bad one. And he spins away. What you should be thinking here, if we're outside of the I want you to be farming your brains out and farming well, if he stays on turret, which he's going to leave, you know what Tryndamere does based off my stream, obviously.
Yeah.
But if he stayed at his turret, like I would be telling you, you need to dive him before he gets old. Yeah, before he gets old. Because anytime that Tryndamere is pre-6, he's completely exploitable. Just don't get baited by his Fury. Obviously, if his Fury's built up, he can heal off of that.
Yeah.
Don't get baited by that. But if he's just sitting on his turret with no Fury and like pre-6, you need to punish him. So he obviously backs, so you don't get the opportunity to dive. You have no teleport here. I would probably put a few hits on the turret and then space out. I would probably just leave and back right about now, personally. Reason being is because this wave is going to take time to clear, and you can back and then catch the siege wave when it comes, and you'll have items. So I think you're overstaying here a little bit. Plus, not only is it possible for Tryndamere to show up, I mean, it's obviously he's going to show up, but let's just pretend for the purposes of discussion that Nunu's like right here. Yeah. It can be kind of scary and risky because you don't have flash too. That's another thing you got to take into consideration, is that you don't have your summoner spell. So if Tryndamere just comes up and slows you, and then you burn your jump, and then Nunu shows up, you might just die because he'll just chain slow you to death. But yeah, I say back away a little bit sooner. You see that slow, and then if Nunu is coming out of the bushes here, you're dead.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's not. And then he doesn't ult. Wait, he had... No, he didn't have ult. So basically, you win that trade off of pure, like...
Pure luck.
Pure Tryndamere struggle bus. It's a very funny trade to look at because it's so, like...
Yeah, I should be dead there.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking at his abilities, what he could have done. He could have killed you if he W'd. He didn't W, I don't think. The way you should be viewing this is get out sooner, get your items. Don't take this trade because it's really sloppy and risky. And for him, he does get his W off of cooldown. And because he doesn't use it, I think that's why he loses. But that's cool, I guess. We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take the W. You should have backed there. Because, let me explain this one to you. So you kill him. Okay? This lane's pushing. Now, you need to find windows to back so that you maximize the advantage that you just gained by killing him. So we're going to do a little exercise in why I think you should back here. Go.
I can, well, probably because, I mean, I don't have enough health, right?
That's one reason. Sure.
And I'm out of mana too, right?
Yes, that's another reason. You have enough for a jump and you have flash, but you're still, you know, you're still struggling. What else? Do you know?
Money. Oh, I need to buy items too.
You need to buy items. Yes.
What else? My ult's not up, or
your ult. That's not really what I'm taking into consideration. The thing that you're missing here. This is advanced stuff. All right.
Yeah.
But I want you to start thinking about it as soon as possible. All those considerations that you named are good. Those are fine. Not having mana, not having enough to like ult, not having really. You have your flash, but you don't want to waste flash just to leave the lane. That's risky. And you don't want to die. You want to leave right now. The other thing is, look out how many minions are on the field here. Look at the position of the minions. There's clearly more minions here. And on this side, these minions are going to connect first. If you base now, so as soon as... I'm going to show you the timing so you can understand. So you have this little like wonky Benny Hill moment type of trade, okay? You trade. Your immediate thought, if we were playing in a perfect world, your immediate thought should be hit the brush, back, and walk into lane right now. The other thing you got to remember, this siege wave here is going to meet about here, correct?
Yeah.
You can see the timeline of events. If you back immediately after you get the kill, you back, you go buy your items quickly, obviously. Buy your items, walk after your minions, you know, jump, use a jump or two onto your minions or a ward or whatever. You will reach right here with this huge wave. This entire wave will have pushed on its own. You understand that, right?
Yep.
All this XP would have died on its own. You would be effectively killing Tryndamere on his side of the map. This entire wave pushes to you on your side of the map, and you catch pretty much 90 to 95% of all farm on this wave here. Tryndamere comes into lane. He's level 5. You would be spiking. You'd be very close to getting level 8 soon, and you could just run him over. And like you said, you will have more items. So this would be a spot where if you back right away, come back in the lane. Obviously, you have to buy quick. That comes with experience. Buy your items quick. Sprint up into the lane. Sit here. Get all the farm. Then you just murder this guy when he comes back. That's the timeline as I see it. How you can like dominate from here.
Yeah. So it's about like backing up effectively.
Yes. So here you kind of sit around and then you go back in the lane. If you just backed right away, it would have slow pushed to you. And the reason it's slow pushing is because look at the minions. And this is going to clear the siege minion. Then these minions will catch up at about here. And that's going to block this huge wave for you. And you're going to be able to get it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking about
go
too
ahead.
when I was playing this game. I was like, oh, I better back. But no, I was like, oh, that farm. I don't want to miss that farm. But
Yes,
Yeah.
it's an abstract, weird concept that only makes sense in the world of League of Legends. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said, I'm not trying to be insulting in any way with this stuff, and it's just these are weird, nuanced things that people just don't get right away, and it's perfectly fine to not get it. That's why I'm breaking it down for you, like, you know, elementary style.
Yeah.
And it sounds obvious when I break it down like this, like these are more minions, so they are gonna run over these minions, but there's a timeline because they will beat this wave. This amount of minions will beat this wave, but it's gonna be a timed thing. They're not just gonna walk up, clear the wave, and then hit your turret. It's gonna be very slow. So in that time, you can back, expect this wave to hit about here, and then you'll catch all of the farm, and then you'll even get this wave as well, because it's gonna come behind here and stop at about this point. So now you're pushing, you see what's going to happen. You're going to be in this wonky spot where, like, you haven't backed, you have no mana, and you could have denied all this farm, you see.
Yeah.
You're giving him now all this farm. This was XP and gold that he can't get if you just back, because it was all going to push away anyways.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah, it definitely different mindset. Like, you don't really think about punishing him through the farm.
Oh yeah, it's real. It's like I said, it's completely abstract. This is the gank that I was telling you about that's scary. You wouldn't have had to burn flash if you'd backed right away.
Yeah.
And you would be about here right now getting the farm, all of it. With flash, with full items, with full mana. Yeah, that's why. And it's so weird. It's so abstract and strange. Took me a long time to get it. And it's, you know, it's why top lane is one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most snowbally lanes at lower elo, is because there's so many nuanced things that, like, if I go into the game and I know all these things and someone doesn't, I'm just gonna kill them. Like, I'm not only gonna kill them in lane and in farm, I'm gonna kill them with XP and, like, you know, screwing them over in, like, so many different ways once they die. Because what it really comes down to is, like, he tries to trade with you on his turret. Remember, he, like, fights you here or whatever instead of getting the farm, and it's like, if he's wrong, that's the type of shit that you can do to him if you play it right. You can really punish him in all sorts of different ways. All right. So this is better. It seems like you're a little bit more focused on getting the farm here.
It's definitely that last hitting that I need to work on.
Yeah, you'll get there. Slow it down. I told you about the binding stop to the mouse key, right?
Yeah.
Have you done that?
Well, I have a 12-button mouse, so it's definitely kind of a stretch, but this is like something I really need to practice.
Yeah, just put it on one button.
Especially with the melee, I think I stopped too early, and then I don't even get to hit off altogether, so I just got to figure out the timing.
The best way to do it is you would literally just press stop and, like, watch. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You just stop. Like, if you're wanting to get all the farm and not make a mistake, you just, like, right here, you would just literally press your stop key and just, I'll speed it up a little bit. So, like, you would press stop and just go, I'm gonna wait right there until, like, you would have waited until it was, like, at a quarter health. You know what I'm saying?
So that's like stopping the auto attack.
You would stop. You would literally stand next to the minion and just watch watch the particles hit it and just get, like, the rhythm in your head.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because my perception was I stop and I do a quick hit and I stop and do a quick hit like that, but I just stop and wait.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a position where it's like, I mean, you can rush the push and be fast with it, and you can still, like, auto the whole time, but when you have the questionable ones, like this minion here, for example, that's a questionable one, right? Because there's all sorts of attacks coming in. So you could go to the back line while this one's getting low. So you run to the back line here, you auto, right? While you're waiting for this one to get low. So you can still quickly push.
Yeah.
You could still be pushing. Or you could just completely stop. A lot of Nasus players do that shit. You know, Nasus stacking his Q up or whatever. Mm-hmm. That concept on Jax, like, you just could stand there, and then, like I was saying, you would literally watch the particles and get the rhythm of how fast the damage is coming in. Because the speed of the damage doesn't change. Like, once your mind recognizes, like, how much damage is coming in, it's the same pace until, like, a enemy champion, like, attacks you or something.
Yeah.
So here you would just watch and go, okay, this one's coming, you know, this auto, and then I'm gonna attack.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't miss it. But yes, bind, like my side mouse button is stop. So literally any time that I see a minion that's questionable, you'll see me just stop moving and look at it.
Yeah.
And then I won't miss it that way. That's how I do it. You know, some people are different. Some people just do it by feel. I think my farming rate speaks for itself in terms of consistency. That's something that I do very well because of that. But, you know, you're welcome to do it your own way, but I think that's the best way to do it. So this is good. You correctly assess that you can just keep autoing the turret. You don't have to back away. That's fine. There, you're just jumping in. Don't do that.
Yeah.
We talked about that the first lesson. Don't just jump in. Think about what he's going to do when you start autoing him, then aggress. So there, that would have been a great opportunity to, in that particular spot, you could just walk up and auto him instead of leading with your stun.
Yeah.
So, perfect example here. Notice how you're, like, throwing the stun at him. You want instead to just walk at him and just hit him with a W, whittle him down, and then go for, like, the checkmate stun combo.
Yeah.
Because he's going to just get his Q up, or his spin up and spin away if he gets too low now. He has his ult, so you have to consider that. Now, here, you can always, as Jax, your empowered W is on a very, very short cooldown. Harass with that. Put that into your repertoire a little bit. And you're also maxing it. Notice how you've got level 4?
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're using it as much as you could be. So, for example, here, when he gets near, just jump, bap him with your W, and walk away. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
So, you jump, you hit him with your W, and if he tries to re-engage onto you, like, say he tries to re-engage onto you with his spin or something, you just stun and walk away.
Yeah.
And then you can just play him that way. And you'll have your ult and everything. So if he tries to go... And the other thing, too, about this is if you jump in and W him, if he panics and thinks that you're just all-inning him, he might just ult. Because Jax has a high amount of burst damage.
Yeah.
So you jump and just smack him, he might just freak out and just ult. And this happens a lot at lower elos, and a lot of Tryndamirs make this mistake where they just ult because they're scared. They're like, shit, I'm going to die. So... Remember, you're trying to strip away pieces of this guy's armor. Every cooldown, every bit of health, that is breaking him down to a point of where you can kill him. And you should be thinking, as you're jumping in, you should be thinking, I'm going to jump and W this guy. He's probably going to do something. And then you figure out in your head, well, I faced Trendamere before. He might spin. He might call me a chicken. You know how to, you want to know a fun trick? You know how if he presses W and you're back, if you're away from him, you get slowed, right? You know that? If you jump in, turn away, and then just like look at him real quick at the last second, you can like cancel out the style. If you want to be really fucking slick, that's like next level, but it's just something that like you can think about. You know what I mean? Try to think about stuff like that, because that's kind of the magic of this game, is thinking about what they're going to do before they do it. So there, you almost catch him before he spins away, which is cool. And I'm surprised that he doesn't use his ult, because, that's kind of a scary jump in there. He gets really low.
Yeah.
But whatever. In this spot now, you're pretty big. You have no flash, but that's okay. You're Jax, and, you're pretty far ahead. So I think, I would imagine you can get out. Here's a great spot to back, in my opinion. You're not going to be doing much, is basically the end point. You're not going to do much damage to that turret. Nunu, you have no vision of him, and he's right here. Anytime that you get on the turret, you should be thinking about vision and backing with your lead, especially once you're pushing in. So here's a great spot to back. It's a siege wave. It's going to take a long time to clear this. You're going to be able to buy your items, get back in the lane, and start pushing again. You can also back by a ward. Put a ward here. That's where I like to put my ward when I'm pushed up. And then that way, if Nunu comes up, you can see him coming up and simply walk away. That takes practice of awareness, obviously. Also, with this ward here, you could start taking this camp, the golems. So you can basically push to the turret, take golems, and then if Nunu tries to aggress you, just walk away.
Yeah.
And just keep getting bigger. Yes.
So one thing, like with Jax especially, like everyone tells me, like I should always press my E and then jump in. Like that's one thing I'm like really used to. I'm not really used to just going in with my W then Q. So like when is a good time to assess when I should use my E with my jump?
Okay, so the reason why I'm telling you to just jump in with your W is because Tryndamere can't respond at the moment. in general, yes, you do want to lead with your stun, and I actually told you that last time, that you do want to lead with your stun. But this is a nuanced case where it's like, he is a champion that relies on all-inning you. So you essentially want him to try to make a stupid commitment where you can just stun him and then re-engage on him if he stays. So, like, let me break it down for you like this. He's basically just spinning away from you right now, correct? Like, his only option so far has been, oh, shit, I'm losing. I just have to spin away. And he hasn't really demonstrated that he's ever going to go into you. So what I'm trying to say is, we'll back it up to where I called this out. So he shows up in the lane here. You can just jump in and do whatever and stun. But I personally, like you can jump in, hit him with a Q, auto him, and see if he re-engages on you. And if he doesn't re-engage on you with a spin, just keep walking at him. Because if he ever so much as goes in on you, you just stun him and walk away. Because in the instance of Tryndamere, he really only beats you if he gets to just auto you free of charge. And in this instance, he should never be able to auto you free of charge. And by jumping and hitting him, he's a very squishy champ. So I'm telling you basically to jump in and harass with your W, because this isn't like a tank. You see what I'm saying? This isn't somebody that you need to like lock in and smack around for a little bit. This is somebody that you just jump in and smack him and make him burn his fury or spin away or whatever. He can never re-engage on you because he's behind. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying just jump in and W him, because it's going to deal a fuck ton of damage, and then you're not open for counterattack. Because what I don't want to see you do is jump in, blow your stun, have him re-engage with ult or something, and then Nunu come out of the bushes and you don't have a stun to buy you time for your jump to come off a cooldown.
Yeah.
So I'm basically telling you to harass with your jump and your W, just because this guy can't ever fight you because you have your stun in your back pocket.
Yeah.
It's a different way to look at the trades. Don't necessarily... I want you to think about the trades. Like right there, that's fine. Like leading with your stun there and autoing him or whatever, that's all well and good. Also, did you not W there? I want to make sure that you're doing that every time. Okay, you did. Okay, that's fine. I want you to view these as you're going in as like, try to piece together how the fight's going to look when you do it. So don't just think in all circumstances I'm going to spin in and jump. Try to really think about, okay, what's his reaction going to be when I do that? Is he going to have a spaz out and just ult and spin onto me and put me in a rough spot where I might die with like a Nunu gank? Like, you have to think about those things happening in advance. That's all making sense, right? I'm not sounding crazy here.
Yeah, it's making sense. Yeah, I never really thought about the Nunu gank. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Now, in this particular instance here, we can go over more details. So you commit here. Let me see when you actually blow your stun. This is why I much rather you whittle him down with your W first. So he comes in on you, but you got to view this for what it is. He can't do shit to you here yet. He's level 7, you're level 9, right?
Yeah.
He has no fury. All these things need to be taken into consideration. Don't just stun for the sake of stunning. Save your cooldowns. Think about your cooldowns in these spots. Yeah. You're stunning him, why? Here.
Yeah, it was more of a scared response, like, oh, he's going in.
Yeah, he's going to fight me, better stun, right? Yeah. When in reality, you could just pop him with your W and just Q away and be like, why is he going in? Okay? That's what you should be thinking. You should be thinking, this guy's telling me he's beating me right now, but I know he's not. You know? So there's got to be more information. And what you'll find in League of Legends is that generally when a player is going in on you, he knows something that you don't. And in this case...
gank, yeah.
In this particular instance here, you have no idea Nunu's coming. But guess who does if we switch view? Obviously, he knows that Nunu's coming. Right? Yep. So, when he's going in on you, you should use this as an opportunity to say, I'm going to smack you in the mouth with the W, auto you, and then jump away and figure out why the hell you think you can do that to me. But a lot of players respond the way that you did and are just like, I'm going to use my cooldowns. You see?
Oh yeah, that's like, let's go all in and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just fighting because you're fighting, and fuck it. The reality is, this should scare you a little bit too, because the psychology of the game is in play here as well. He has been sitting back, like feet in the sand, just playing like a pansy, right? Just like, every time you come near me, I spin away. So now all of a sudden he's a fucking hero. There's more to the stories, and that's kind of one of the nuances of this game that make it so awesome, is that players actually have play styles that you can identify very quickly.
Yeah.
I could tell you, when just watching somebody play, I could tell you within a few minutes if I think that guy's good at what he's doing. You know what I mean? Based off how he's moving and how he's playing. In this instance here, Tryndamere never been aggressive on you. He is literally just saying, I'm going to wait until a gank comes, and then because there's two of us and there's one of you, I'm going to try to kill you then.
Okay, so it's all situational. Like, if he goes in on me and let's say I don't have a ward down, I know something's up because there's an opening in their jungle, and they could possibly gank me, right?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, he could just be an idiot, and
Yeah.
that's actually going to happen a lot too until you get up there.
You want to play it safe, though.
You want to see, because there's no rush.
Yeah.
You're going to whittle them down.
It would be a different scenario if they're like closer to my jungle. Would I be able to go more in on him if it was like in my jungle area? Because like I'm thinking about that. So let's say that I'm in an area where the jungle is open, but it's closer to my turret, and he goes in on me. Like, should I harass him with a W, then Q, or should I just go in because I know it's close next to my
and again, it's what you're saying is all situational. If your jungler's coming, and it's all levels. When I see level 9 versus level 7 or whatever, because Tryndamere is level 7, you're level 9, I think to myself, this guy will never beat me 1v1. Unless I completely just airball my cooldowns and like make the dumbest movements like mechanically possible. Like, for example, missing your autos, you know, not using certain abilities, mistiming your ult or something, you know, shit like that. That's the only real way that you'll lose.
Oh, okay. So it's like finding if this sounds fishy or not. Like, oh, he's level 7, he's trying to fight me right now?
Yeah,
Like,
is he an idiot?
fishy.
And the way that I would take it, the way that I would play it is I would just, like I said, W him and then auto him and then just jump away and be like, okay, like, what is a gank coming? I smell a gank. Or, I mean, if you had a little bit more items or farmed a little bit better, you probably could just 2v1 it. You could probably assess, too. You could be like, I'm going to wait and, you know, I'm going to smack this guy, and when whoever this fucking jungler shows up, if he's low, I'm just going to jump in and stun him and kill him.
Yeah.
But you see how you play it instead is you just kind of, I'm going to use my cooldowns for the sake of using them, and that puts you in a position now where Nunu shows up, and you don't have a jump, you don't have a stun, and he baits you with the Undying Rage, right? So he's just, like, ulting and smacking you. Nunu shows up, you don't have cooldowns to stun him, so he basically gets to just kind of beat you with red buff. I'm sure you know what red buff does by now.
Yeah, it gives you the more HP.
The true damage and the true damage and the slow.
Okay.
So, yeah. So if you played the cooldowns a little bit differently, you know, you could have either gotten out or made the judgment call of, I can kill this guy. Personally, I don't think that with your items you could have killed Nunu there reliably, but if you farmed better, maybe.
Yeah, I went in there and I tried to fight that for some reason. I don't know. I should have just ran away.
Yeah, and it's a, like I said, it's all abstract. It's weird shit. It doesn't make sense off the initial, like, you basically, in this spot without the vision, that's why I'm saying you should play it defensive and expect to play defensive. You need to figure out what you're up against. Generally speaking, like, once you get more experience, you'll know whether or not you can get away with a 2v1 over time. But as it stands right now, you want to know that before you talk yourself into trying 2v1s, you should be thinking that that information was already there. Like, as you're standing here, you should be like, all right, I think a 2v1's coming. If you've identified that it was going to happen before it happens, and then you 2v1 and lose, I'm much happier than you just saying, oh, Nunu's there and my cooldowns are down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would much rather you say, I know a 2v1's coming, and I wanted to try to 2v1, so I did X, Y, and Z. If we can get you to that level, where you didn't even have the vision, and you suspected it based off the action of the player, then we're getting somewhere in terms of, like, your individual skill. Okay? But we have to get you beyond, like, I don't have vision, so I don't know he's coming. First. You should be thinking, like, I don't have vision, so when he's aggressing me, there is a chance that he's coming in. Here, Tryndamere's ult is, I believe it should be down. Yeah, I think it's down. You're chasing over a huge wave here.
Yeah, that's a dumb move on my part.
Yeah.
I thought about that too, and I was doing it like, oh.
Yeah,
is
can't
dumb.
do that. Can't do that. Let me tell you. Remember, succinct trades. You smack him, you smack him, you smack him. He spins away. And there it is. It's over. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know he has spin, so unless you have a reliable way to get there, you could have turned around much sooner.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you should know that he still has a spin. He didn't just, like, lose it. He didn't drop it in Summoner's Rift somewhere.
Yeah.
You know he's going to spin away. So you just back away. And that way it allows you to not miss so much farm.
Yeah.
But zoning him off is good. You know, jumping in and threatening him with that many minions pushing is good. Because you're basically removing all this XP. Just don't chase so far.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. So you teleported to get back into lane. Trinimir's bottom. I would be thinking, alright, I'm going to get this turret down as fast as possible. Looks like you're autoing. Yeah, make sure you don't tank it first. Let the minions hit it first, and you won't take all that free damage.
They're rushing at me, man. They're coming in.
Yeah, I see it.
There it goes.
You could have gotten out.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe.
That was one of those scenarios where I was clicking forward, and for some reason I actually clicked on Nunu, and I kind of fucked it all up completely. And
Okay, the way that you just, like, jump in on him there.
yeah.
So check this out, dude. First off, why are you stunning?
Well, I was doing so to clear the minions fast.
No, don't even bother. Don't even bother with that shit.
Yeah.
That does nothing for you. You're doing the right thing focusing the turret. And technically, if you play this right, you can get out.
Yeah.
So what you should do, you run away, you flash, but you jump in.
Waste my flash completely. Yeah.
You jump in, whereas you could have just went,
Deuces and left. Yeah.
yeah, you could have just went flash, jump to him,
And queued. Yeah.
and then you walk out.
Some cringeworthy stuff on here, man.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they might have chased you all the way, and they might have killed you anyways. I don't think they do, though. I think that you get out. The other thing, this is the fun bonus points if you can ever execute this maneuver, dude. When Trinimir shows up, you turn and face him right quick.
Yeah.
You turn, you face him, you don't get the slow.
Yeah.
You flash to jump away.
Yeah, that would be really smart because I mean I know he's gonna press Q on me.
Or
because I'm
W.
running away.
Yeah, it's W. Yeah.
Or
And
W,
he's gonna do it because he knows. And like I said, it's bonus points.
yeah.
It's a real like I said, it's literally that's one of the hardest CCs in my opinion to anticipate because you have to know that he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So the best way, just for this is one of my favorite things to do to Trinimir, is like you basically see him like getting close and then you just do like a little face check and then turn away.
Yeah.
You just
The
juke
ultimate
back.
troll move, yeah.
Yeah, it's next level, man. And then yeah, you jump to this minion, you probably get out, unless he like burns flash and snowballs you. But yeah, cool. You get the turret, you see it now.
That was also another thing. I was like, oh fuck it, I'm Jax, man. I can fight these guys.
Yeah. No, it's you got the turret. Remember that in this instance, Nunu and Trinimir, they can fight you at any time, really. No matter how far ahead you get, because Trinimir has his ult. So obviously, if they're together, he doesn't die versus you, and Nunu won't die versus you. Not right away, anyways, because Nunu slows attack speed. I don't know if you know that, but Nunu slows attack speed. And Trinimir can endless rage, so you can fight either of them solo, but you're not going to be fighting 2v1 versus them very often. So Trinimir has his ult, and I hope you save your jump. That's what I want to see. And I just want to point out, don't ever be this guy, okay?
I'm trying to fight him and I'm dying.
Yeah,
I
like...
think I fight him in Undying in this match, though. So I may be that guy in this one. I don't know.
Okay. So what you do is look here. You see... Where's the Endless Rage thing? Do I see it anywhere? Oh, okay, it's not popping up. Basically, when you click on Tryndamere, there's a little panel. Hold on, I want to see if I can pull this shit up for a second. Target frame. It doesn't show it. Basically, if you click on Tryndamere, you can, or anybody on your team, there's going to be a little information thing. You find, I think it's in the top left of your game, I believe. But you can basically see how long Endless Rage is going to last if you click on him. Does that make sense? You there? Hello? Hello, hello?
Yeah, I think there's an internet connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you here?
Yeah, it was an internet problem. Some sort of issue happened.
Was it on my end or yours?
I think it was... I don't know. I think it was on mine.
Okay.
Probably on mine.
Okay. Anyways, did you hear what I said about clicking on the guy and you could see the Endless Rage? So, when you get more experienced, you just kind of like... He pops it, you watch him, and you just click on him, and then you can see, like, it'll be like a little box like this, and you'll see it, like, ticking down.
Yeah.
And then you can just be like, oh, it's gonna fucking end. Like, then I just wait. Like, you literally don't even have to touch him. I do that shit with Teemo, like, the blind, too. But, like, you see that? That's a perfect example, actually, of what I was talking about. You can't see Endless Rage like that, but you can see, like, for example, you'll know exactly how long you're gonna be charmed for, and you don't panic as much. You can, like, see the timing. So, like, watch Morgana when she gets charmed. This works with blinds as well. So, like, Quinn blind, Teemo blind, shit like that. Watch. See that?
Yeah.
That's where you can look. And, like, you can see exactly how long you have before shit changes. And then in the instance of Tryndamere, you have to be more nuanced because his Endless Rage doesn't have, like, a timer like that. It's just his bar fills up and it just says Endless Rage. But in his case, you just watch the little portrait and you can see it. But anyways, moving on. Soraka's annoying. You get the kill. I would be, if I was in a low elo game and I saw my team grouping randomly up to me, I would be like, you know, I have this top inner gone. I'm just going to go bottom and take this now.
Yeah.
Start going bottom, get solo XP, stay away from this. This shit's stupid. I don't know why this guy's here. Your team's down here, like, it's a fucking 80 carry. Like, what's an 80 carry and Jack's gonna do? You don't have mana, like...
Yeah,
this guy's
I think Tristania wanted me to go in. And...
this is just Tristana being a derp.
Yeah.
No, you went in.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, I gotta help my teammate out, and I kind of...
My team, though. That's what you say. My team, and then Soraka's like, what, bitch? I got heals for days. And
I Ubered this guy.
do you beat him?
I don't think I do.
Oh no, dude.
Nunu comes in and finishes the job, and then I try to fight him with Undying, and it's game over, man.
So, let's talk about why that's bad for a second. The reason why I identify, like, right away that it's gonna be ugly is, like, it's an 80 carry, and, like, you don't have mana. 80 carry isn't going to stop Tryndamere. Like, I mean, he might if he's good at kiting, but he's obviously not. Like, he could actually ult Tryndamere away. He just face tanks to Tryndamere and, like...
Yeah, and I noticed that too. I mean, I was like, okay, I'll go in and help him out a little bit and see if we can do this. And I knew it was a bad trade altogether because I had, like, no mana.
Yeah, generally what you do is you just watch him be stupid.
Yeah, that's what I should have done.
It's hard because you really want to help people, and you don't know quite yet how it's going to look.
Because if I abandoned him, he'd be like, oh, dude, why'd you abandon me, man?
Fuck that, dude. Just mute everybody.
Yeah.
Mute everybody, and remember, and not to be a dick, but all of you are dumb right now. That's just how it is. You don't know. You know what I mean? It's an experience gap. You're not gonna know. You're not gonna magically know that, or the Tristana you're playing with is gonna call you an idiot, but Tristana's not gonna know that no matter what you would have done, you would have just lost.
Yeah.
Basically, you are. It's the old evil dictator way of thinking, dude. I'm just gonna let one die for the greater good here, like, because I already know that this is gonna go bad. So no, I won't fight with you 2-on-2, Tristana. No, because I don't like it.
Yeah.
So you die, which it looks like you're gonna probably just go top because you've been going top all game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely went more top for that what you said earlier about just split pushing and getting the.
You can still split push. You just go bottom. The only criticism I have here is you don't need to use teleport there. There's no point because it was already pushing you anyways. And after you push the top weight, you could have just walked up and pushed it. I would have backed and started pushing bottom because you're talking about getting good at split pushing and carrying the game the good old-fashioned way, the split push way. You get this fucking turret down. Break that. That opens up the map even more.
Because there's no one down there except for that Nunu.
Yeah. And the other note is, like, there's no one that can fight you 1v1.
Yeah.
So, pull them to you. And, additional note, it's not going to matter in these games, but if and when the Baron comes up and your team wants to do it, if you're down here with teleport, you pull one here, you back into this brush, teleport to Baron, now you're doing Baron while someone's defending.
Yeah.
So it's an extra little bonus move that you can do. It's normally better generally from blue side to split push bottom later in the game. Just because of that threat of the Baron.
Yeah.
If you're red side, obviously, same rules apply. You would go bottom. And you obviously know that red is top, blue is bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Just the best way I go to remember this in my games is B, blue for bottom. And then there you go.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Because I always used to forget that and be like, which side's red? Which side's blue? I don't know.
Steiny just takes it there.
Yeah, I don't know what that shit was. Just eats it.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm having a problem with these games, is that everyone groups in on a team fight, and they're just so underleveled compared to the other team, and they just get wrecked.
Yeah, that's why you need to fucking get huge.
Yeah.
There's, dying, the free death up here, where you could have gotten away, managing the back timings, those will push you into the realm of stupidly ahead.
Yeah.
Like, you will be, like, level 14 right now, level 15. And you'll just be like, what? And you'll come up to top lane, and you'll be like, what, Tryndamere? And you'll just dive him flat out, and then his team has to back.
Yeah.
And you can take objectives. Because you can take my word for it. Once you learn how to master the awareness of the wards and the split pushing stuff, you can easily transition into more of a team fighter anyways. The split pushing is way harder. It takes more game knowledge. That's cool, trying to trap people with the sun. Dig it. You'll look back on these games a few months from now and be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm already doing that right now, man.
It'll happen, dude. I found some of my old games from back when I deployed. I was so bad. It was unbelievable. Alright, let's talk about this trade. Why it doesn't really go the way that you want it to.
Yeah, all the minions in the back, right?
First, minions are part of it. The second part of it, he's got a level over you. He's got full fury. He also denies your stun. Not really. I guess he kind of tanks your stun. This is why I like keeping my stun for smart moments and thinking about how the trade's going first.
Yeah, I could have done it for undying.
You could have been like, I'm going to save my stun. You go just walk up and smack him a little bit. And then, or just walk up to him, get him to spin onto you, stun him, smack him, and Q away. You don't have to commit that way. You see what I'm saying? You have the option to make space and then re-engage onto him. You wouldn't have had to blow and flash that way.
Yeah.
And remember, level advantage is huge. He's got a level over you. He probably can whoop your ass.
Yeah.
He's got about the same gold, so the only thing that's separating you two are base stats, and he has more of them. Let's look at build. How did I do this shit? Oh, yeah, I got it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So I like your items so far. After Triforce, I would probably go for like Warden's Mail, just so you know.
Yeah.
Reason being is Tryndamere, it's a hard counter item for Tryndamere. Did you know that?
No, I didn't actually.
So, basically what Warden's Mail does is it reduces the attacker's attack speed. And, added benefit is it reduces the damage from critical strikes, which obviously Tryndamere has a lot of those. Because every time he autos you, he's got like 30% chance to crit. So after Triforce, yeah, go for that. Now, obviously, the Ahri on the other team is massive, 12-0-4. Not much you can do about that other than try to isolate her. And any opportunity that you see in a team fight or whatever, you should be trying to take that guy down. He is... What is he, like? He's jungle Ari? That shit doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
That's some, like, troll. That's some next level troll shit is what that is. Oh, never mind. No, it's just showing up funky. Sorry. I was like, what? Because I thought I saw a smite somewhere, but I'm going crazy. It looked like it showed smite earlier. Okay, so good. So he was playing mid. I'm just confused why he doesn't have much farm. That's what's getting me. His farm is at, like, 51, but he has 12 kills. Like, what the fuck? That's so strange.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's weird.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm better than them. Definitely on the same level, but...
Oh, you'll get way better. These lessons will help you a lot with that. So, what you're trying to do... What the fuck, Annie? That ult was... Let's look at that for a second. What the fuck was that? I gotta see that again. Look at this Annie ult, dude. Next level. Watch. Here it comes. Fuck this water, dude.
Dude. Oh my god, man. Dude.
It's so bad. He wasn't even close though, you know? Poor guy.
Total waste.
So wait. So you jump in here. Let's talk about this for a second. This fight, once he misses the Annie ult, you should be thinking, wow, that guy's a shitter. That's what you should be thinking. And you should be thinking,
Gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's not our time. And probably I would be like, I need to get away from these fucking morons. And I'm going to teleport top, probably. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, fuck these guys. They're stupid as hell. I'm going top lane. Just teleport top and just start pushing. Because, like, honestly, there's absolutely no way you're winning. And,
yeah, I thought we were all going to go in there. And I was like, okay, I'm going in. And then, nope.
Yeah, and especially with the missed Annie ult. Their team auto wins against you in team fights, so you're basically trying to avoid team fights. And by jumping in there, it's like giving a green light to your team to team fight, and they're all gonna try to help you because you want a team fight, and now they're all just gonna die.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to learn, like better team fight awareness.
It all comes down to, here's my considerations, okay? Little things like, oh, my teammate's a shitter and just dropped his ult on the ground. All right, then that fight's over. Or like, my teammates are all behind, so we're not team fighting. Like,
yeah.
I will not team fight. The only exceptions to, like, the champs that you can team fight with, even though you're behind, are champs like Azir, Gangplank, Lux. Lux is one that can team fight even though she's behind, because if you hit one good combo and you farmed well, you can, like, turn a fight. But, like, Jax is not going to make a team fight happen on his own. Gangplank will. A good Gangplank combo, barrel combo plus his ult and a quick pick on somebody, that can turn a team fight. Because of the AoE damage. But in the case of Jax, it's much better to just say, fuck you guys, you just teleport top there. As soon as you saw him miss the Annie ult, honestly, you shouldn't even be near him because of how far behind they are. I mean, they are really far behind. So you should just be like, yeah, we're not fighting, boys. I'm just going up here. And you're going to be warding out, pulling people to you, and running away. It's about, and you honestly should be excited about trying to keep a game alive as long as you can by yourself.
Yeah.
You should be thinking in your head, like, I can be so disruptive with these noobs that, like, I can push people to the inhib, make them chase me, and get out all day long, and they can't do a damn thing about it. That's what you should be trying to master.
And there was one game, and I think I told you about it, like, I should have recorded it, but, like, 2 of our players left, and I pretty much carried the team to victory, man. It was pretty epic. Just doing what you're saying that you were doing. It's just getting super big and going in. Yeah,
you should be all about, anytime your team's losing, especially lower elo, especially as Jax, you should be like, yeah, I'm pushing.
Yeah.
And, you know, you need to be the mature one about it and be like, no, I will not fight with you guys. If we lose the game, if they just, like, if they push the base really fast before I can really disrupt them, then, you know, it happens. But in general, people will not, at lower elo, they will not push bases or take turrets because they're just scared. They see you pushing and they panic, and it's too many people back, not enough people push, one guy tries to defend that can't. Just for an example, imagine you're pushing top and Soraka backs. Just Soraka. It's like Soraka shows up to defend, you just kill her. You're like, why are you there? Like, you can't defend me. What are you doing? Or Varus, just lonely Varus comes up and backs and you just dive him. Now they're panicking because they don't have anybody to siege with, and you're bearing down on inhibs, and then you take a turret and then get away. That's the type of stuff that you should be trying to do. Fuck team fighting, especially when your team's behind. If your team's ahead, you can team fight, sure. But if your team's behind, don't try to force it.
Yeah.
I want to see this. You don't have vision. That's a good spell, Shield by Morgana. Lets you get free damage off. That's gonna be a shutdown. I don't know why I can't. Okay, I was like, why can't I move my camera? If you get the shutdown on Ahri, you're like going behind turrets and shit. Don't really know why. This should be you looking top and teleporting here. I'm not giving that to him. So right about, let me break down like when you got the shutdown. Here's what you should be thinking. You're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure. So you beat this guy up. Look at the map for a second, okay? Always be checking the map, constant. You should be thinking, man, like while that fight was going on, you should be looking at the map and being like, shit, Tryndamere coming, and mid's pushing. I need to get somewhere. I would probably elect to go here because this lane, this won't be solo taken ever by minions. But this can be taken by Tryndamere. So you should have just walked into the brush, teleport to top, and stop him.
Yeah.
And you very easily can stop him. Jax pretty much shits on Tryndamere late game. That's just how it is. No one can stop the Jax, dude.
Jax, man.
It's the Jax, dude. There are very few champs that can handle Fed Jax. I'll slow it down and look at this real quick. So, you keep trying to group. Again, just go bottom. Fuck this.
Yeah.
The shit is all, you know. You're just, here's the thing. You can win, but it's less reliable. I'm all about reliable shit. And in the instance of this game, I'm thinking you can reliably draw one person to you and kill them. But yeah, by team fighting, you're pretty much never going to win. And it just, the base stats and the team comp, they're always going to stomp you out.
Yeah.
When all is said and done.
Shit on that Annie.
Painful to watch, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, it does feel bad. So you're going to defend mid. Tryndamere's pushing. You get the stun. You beat him up. Tristana's dead. And yeah, you're just kind of battling. Don't abandon the split push, my friend.
Yeah. Kind of just went all out the window, man. When I saw those people pushing, I was like, oh, game over now.
Yeah, you should be going, I'm going to go bottom and pull these fuckers to me. And you have, let's see, looking at item build. You know what Merc Treads do, right?
I don't think so, no.
Alright, so I told you to buy these items without really explaining why we're buying these items. So, before we shut the lesson down, let's go over this for a second. So, the reason I tell you to split push with Jax is because basically Jax takes turrets by himself super fucking fast, and when you get ahead, Jax pretty much can solo dive anybody on the other team. The only exception to this rule on their team, the only person that can reliably defend you on their team is this guy.
Yeah.
He can defend you. He can't really like kill you, but he can make it so that if you dive him, there's a chance that he kills you with it if you try to commit to a dive. Because he is really far ahead. He's got righteous glory, tank items, he's got a lot of health. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Got a shit ton of health, and he slows attack speed, and he has his ultimate, and he can consume to heal. So if you're pushing to a turret and try to dive him, he can bait you by snowballing you, eating a minion, using his ult, all sorts of bullshit, and then he can survive. Everybody else on their team, you can kill 1v1. every single person. You can kill Tryndamere if you time your aggression smartly. You can kill Varus very easily, so long as he doesn't lock you up too hard under a turret. You can kill Ahri. Well, Ahri is going to be a tough one, actually, because she's really far ahead, and these guys are all dying to Baron, and it's hilarious. The Ahri can kill you because she can bait you with Zhonya's. So basically, if you jump in and she Zhonya's and you're in the turret, it's kind of bad for you, you know?
Yeah.
And she has her ult and a bunch of dashes. But what you need to try to do is push these lanes in, because your build allows you a lot of attack speed, and the passive Spellblade, next basic attack, does 222 bonus damage. That is really good on Jax. That allows you to do extra bonus damage to turrets. And your Tenacity, the reason why I asked you, do you know what Tenacity does? Tenacity is what allows you a little bit more movement out of stuns, slows, taunts, all that bullshit. So anytime that someone tries to gank you as Jax, because of the assistance of Tenacity, the mobility, the stun, Blade of the Rune King, you can use Blade of the Rune King as a way to escape. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
So if people are chasing you,
you can stun, it slows them, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, I've done that a couple times.
So if Tryndamere's chasing you, you just hit him with it and run away, and then jump to a minion or something, and you're fine.
Yeah.
He can't catch you. Obviously, he can Blade of Rune King you as well, but in general, with the stun and your jump, he can never get you. He can never secure the kill. So I want you to remember that Tenacity, the reason we build Tenacity, a big part of that is split pushing. That's what it's for. Obviously, team fights it helps, but split pushing it helps even more because they can never really get to you if you play it right. It's all about buying time for the team. So here, I don't know how you guys are like, oh, because they all died at Baron, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you jump on his head, you Goomba him, and you're on a killing spree. So, you have a bunch of people dead. Tristan is picking the turret. That's fine to do turret.
I wanted to go top here. I was actually screaming top because that was probably the best option for us, but
No.
that's not?
Nope. The reason why, let's break it down. Let's break down why it's bad so you don't make the mistake when I'm not here. So, let me see when you get the kill. You would need to face tank a base turret with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah. And
what's going to happen is this guy's going to come out with home guards when he sees you doing that. He's going to buy home guards, I guarantee it. And he already has it. Soraka has home guards. Nunu's probably going to buy home guards when he sees you doing it. They are literally going to wind sprint out of the base and just wipe you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking, you will not escape. Your team will die.
Got
so
it.
this is better. It's sometimes fine to tank turrets if you have big, long death timers and you know that they can't stop you even if they come up. But here, your team is not going to survive.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Not with Annie, at least.
Yeah, no way. No way. She's really far behind. This is a good AoE stun. Too bad you'll never win a team fight.
Yeah, it feels bad, man.
Yeah, it feels bad. It feels really bad. Hey, you did use the Blade of the Rune King to walk away. And he puts a nice ult down. And you walk away. But this whole time, remember that mid's pushing. You really wanted to take the turret and get out in an ideal world.
I think this is when they get me.
I'm wondering if you can turn it, and the answer is probably no. I was thinking maybe with a stun and jump in on the Ahri, you could probably shit on him.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
But no.
Oh, you think so?
Not with Varus there, no.
Yeah. Okay, got it. I was like, oh, you think I could double team those guys to help? I was like, wow, dude.
No. With the stun on the Ahri, you can, but with the Varus behind, you won't be able to stun them both, so he'll basically just see you do it and just Q you with his long-range bullshit. You're timing your stun funky there. Remember that you can turn the stun on yourself. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Press E again. So here, you turn on the stun, and be sneaky with it, man. Act like a fucking derp with it. Like, act like a moron. So when you're coming out, mind games. Remember, think beyond the game with this type of shit, okay? The best way to play Jax, again, think ahead and Do little mind gamey stuff. Walk at this guy, having your stun charged up, and then at the last second change direction and jump on this guy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Really good. Yeah, that's. Really
These are little mind game things that bring you the next level above everybody else that you're playing with, because everything about League seems so accessible because the game is so simplistic. You know, everything's so like, you know, my champion does X, Y, and Z, but there's so many little nuanced things that you can do to really fuck with people, and that's what gives you an edge. If you stack your cooldowns properly, if you kind of mind read what people are thinking, that's where I want you to get to. Obviously, the farming stuff, you will work on it. You'll get better. In your future games, I don't know if you're ever going to want to do another lesson with me or not, but in your future games going forward, I really want you to focus on the farming stuff back here.
Yeah.
Get this shit ironed out. These wonky little trades and not focusing on the minions, really slow it down and think about this farm and get it. Get this shit. You know, auto jump in. Don't go for him. Instead, go for the farm. Fuck that guy. And, you know, try to not take wonky trades early. Back away sooner. I'll show you this again before we go. To really hammer this point home, because this is what gets you off to a rough start, in my opinion. So you just kind of trade with him when, remember, 7th minion, right? This one, I'll show it again. So here's the 6, or I'm sorry, I think that's the, yeah, that's the 6 right there. That's dying, the blue one. And then here's your next 6, your next batch. All minions come in 6 in the beginning. So this will be 7th. That means he's level 2. That means you do not win. Okay? Never ever take a trade level 2 versus level 1, ever. Instead, elect to back away. Your only excuse for dying level 2 to level 1 is if you go in for a trade and then he just like spikes level 2 at the last minute and shits on you.
Yeah.
You should be well aware that he's turning level 2 first. And then that way you won't get fucking cheesed.
Yeah.
Now notice, because you're standing so close to him, he just goes, fuck you, and then beats you up. You should be giving those minions away at the beginning. Just let those die down and back away, and then you wouldn't have lost all this health, you see? You could have sat here, let the minions push to you, get level 2 safely, farm all the minions, and then start working your trades down. Or waiting for ganks.
Yeah.
Alright, man?
Alright, man.
Yeah, let me know. I like I said, I much like these sessions with you. I think that they're very interesting, and I think they're good for the YouTube. I want to see your evolution. I think it could be a very entertaining thing. Yeah. So if you want to keep doing lessons, I'm always glad to have you, obviously. Aside from the extra money, I really do enjoy these ones in particular.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I hope to hear more from you. And YouTube, thank you so much for watching this. Obviously, if you guys want lessons, just hit me up. Twitter, Twitch, here on YouTube itself, or on Facebook. And I am out. Peace, crackers.
Yeah, man, I should be able to